This is a tour of my Alexander hamster cage. On YouTube, I am Panda, and this is my Alexander hamster cage. I got this cage off Amazon, and I think it's between 700 and 800 square inches. The cage came with a 6-inch, I think, little wheel, and it came with this hut, the platform. There were actually 2 platforms in the cage, but I did remove one, and it also comes with this hut. So, in this cage I have my male winter white named Panda, who's likely somewhere in the bedding or in the house right now. It's daytime, so he's probably sleeping. This is my old wheel, which I use for toffee. I kept most of the old stuff because there's no point throwing it away. He can still use his wheel, it isn't too heavy for him. So I start top of the cage. So on top I have the fresh water bottle. There were 2 in the cage. I also have a flying saucer, which is probably around 6 inches or so. A little food bowl that's holding his hamster food, obviously. And this hut. This hut came with the cage. I've stuffed some bedding inside of it for now. It's just some of this bedding over here. Then going down here, the stairs. Usually there would be a bridge between here and a second platform, but I did remove it, like I said. In my opinion, 2 platforms makes kids a little bit crowded. We then have this wheel. This is a, I think, 10 to 12 inch. I can't be bothered to measure it. Big enough for Syrian, that's all I remember. One of the biggest wheels I can find on Amazon. This whole area are aspen wood shavings. Keep in mind they are aspen, like I said. Other wood shavings like pine can lead to respiratory issues. Aspen works perfectly well. There's around 12 litres, I think, of just aspen at the bottom. Only around an inch or 2 thick. There's then this hide that came with one of my old cages. I have 3 little chewing ball toys and this one there. I then also have a sand bath. It's like a little plastic tub I found. Just filled it up with some chinchilla bathing sand, even though play sand should work fine. I then used a wooden bendy bridge to go in and out from there. You can also jump over the sides, but the bendy bridge looks nice. This kind of main part of the cage, which I like a lot, is this massive just mountain of KT bedding. This is the natural stuff. It's a fluffy paper-based bedding. There's a big tunnel system inside the cage. So this tunnel goes all across. It then goes back and ends. So it ends further back there inside of the bedding. There's about probably around 6 to 8 inches bedding in this place. So it's a lot of time to bother around. Plus, you know, the pipe system. There's nothing behind this stairs over here. It's just more bedding. This whole area is just bedding. So on top there's a tutor there, a little cupboard, and then there's also this, the same as that, I'm in a pack of 2. That's really all my cage has to offer. You know, I try to give them trying to give Panda a decent amount of hides. We have 1 on the top floor and then 2 kind of main hides, and of course all this bedding to hide in. I also try to make sure there was a little bit of open area in the cage, which is why this is aspen area. Not too many toys, not a lot of bedding, just kind of simple, clean area. Originally, this cage was for Toffee. As you know, Toffee passed away maybe 8 months ago. So for, I guess, half a year, it was sitting doing nothing, completely empty. And then I eventually got Panda 2 months ago-ish. This cage has had, it was full of some KT clean and cozy bedding, like a white and blue flaky bedding. There was this hide and that hide back then, and this hide. There weren't any of these toys apart from the carrots. I think that removing this platform on this side was a good decision. The wheel barely fits if you put both platforms in. The only way, you know what, I'll open up the cage to make it easier. So usually you would have platform coming here and there. So the only way to fit a 12-inch wheel is in the gap between like the platform and the stairs. There's a tiny gap over here, you would have a wheel, and that would really like clog up the space and make it seem a little too crowded. That's a little side view of the cage, in case you're wondering how deep the bedding goes. It's all the way across. The cage is held together by just the force of the bars mostly. So the bars are constantly pushing against this little plastic bit here and there. And then there's also a clip on that side. I don't know what the other clip for this side is, but I know it seems really needed. I then also have this water bottle over here that I forgot to mention. This on top of the blue hat we can climb up to. I don't think that you need 2 water bottles really, but having 2 water bottles ensures he does get enough water. Inside the pipe, as you can see, there's something there. That is a bit of toilet paper. He uses it as a bedding material. He hasn't used it yet, but hopefully he'll use that as a bedding material. And that is basically it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my Alexander hamster cage. It's a really good hamster cage. Do I recommend it? Yes. Is it quite expensive for what you get? Yes. The cage was £80 when I bought it. I think it's now like £100 or something. So it's risen in price a decent bit. Would I buy it again if I had to buy another hamster cage? Likely not. It's a very good hamster cage. It's a good build, even though it cracked twice while delivering, which is great. But the bar's very strong. You know, after 2 hamsters and maybe 3 years of use, only now a bit of paint's coming off here and there, but it's holding together really, really well. You know, it's very tough. It's hard for the hamster to escape unless, in my case, there's a hole in the back over there. But I wouldn't buy the cage again because it's risen in price so much. £100 is, in my opinion, too much for this cage. I didn't buy an IKEA D12 even though it's cheaper. I knew about them because they were just a bit like too big. I didn't have space to put them. I think they're like 4 to 5 feet long, so I didn't really have that space. This I think is only like 4 feet or 3.5 feet, something like that. But it's definitely a lot wider than like your D12. Plus I don't want to make a lid. That's why I wouldn't buy it again then. It's too expensive now for what you get. In the past it was a good price though. £80 was not bad for this cage. I know there's some really good cages in the market now which are a lot cheaper. Hamster Heaven is a cage that I've heard of, and I think they might be even bigger than this cage, but smaller. So bigger, but cheaper. But it doesn't have the hide and stuff. So overall, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you did like and subscribe for more content, I recommend this cage. Just very pricey, and I hope you keep watching my videos. I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.